Good morning. Ooh, you have good sound. Last week, I told you a story about Jonah, the backward prophet. Some of the things that we talked about during that story were about prophets in general. Like how prophets are people who come so close to God, and God comes so close to them that they do and they go and do and say what God wants them to. Or maybe a prophet is someone who helps people discover what the best thing to do is. Or maybe a prophet is someone who brings people close to God by what he or she says or does. And that a prophet is also someone who is overjoyed when people who are bad become good. What do you think a prophet is? In the Old Testament, prophets were called by people, by God. Prophets were people called by God, and they were told to do something that God wanted them to share with other people. I wonder if we have prophets today. I wonder if someone like Greta Thunberg or Martin Luther King are prophets today. This morning we are going to learn about another prophet, the prophet Isaiah. He was a man called by God to announce things to Israel. In the book of Isaiah, there are some amazing stories about God. You could say that Isaiah was a very important person. He lived about 700 years before Jesus. Long ago, God chose to prepare the hearts of his people in Israel with the news that someone was coming. I wonder if this is what the prophet Isaiah is going to tell us. We can learn different things from different prophets. We learned something entirely different from the backward prophet Jonah than we will learn from the prophet Isaiah. I wonder if you know what the differences are. Are you looking forward to something? Maybe a birthday, or a visit with a friend, or maybe Christmas. Are you hoping that it will be filled with lots of presents and good times? Remember, prophets are people who might tell us things that we could be looking forward to. Maybe good things, maybe not so good things. Maybe things like Greta is trying to tell us now. Isaiah, he gives us a message of hope. Isaiah talked about things that we can look forward to. Next week is the first week of Advent. I hope that you will all help me get ready for Advent. Some of you received a box like this last year. I'm giving you advance warning. Try and find that box. It doesn't matter if it has all the bits and pieces in it, or if they look a little bit different, or if the candles have been used. You can use different candles. But I want you to find that, and I want you to join me on the journey to Bethlehem so that we can all journey together to Bethlehem. Whether we're here in the building or whether we're at home, we can all share in that journey. And as you prepare for Christmas, I'd like you to take some time to let the message of God's hope grow inside of you. Maybe that's what the prophets were trying to tell us all the time.